all of these horrible programs, right? By 1968, the money had gone into all of these programs to get rid of the conscience, basically. Drug ed, all these programs, parents, really, when you see education hanging on the end of drug education, sex education, critical thinking education, red flag. You don't have reading education, writing education, math education, or we didn't used to. When you see education hanging on the end of something, except for driver's ed, which I think is probably pretty neutral, that means watch it. Because those programs, I've never seen one of those programs that was based on absolutes, right and wrong.
But the parents of the children today have gone through that program, so
yes.
they've already been brainwashed, so they're not going to believe
Well,
you.
yes, they do believe me. Many of them call, and when I do radio interviews, they'll call in and say, I went through all of that. I know exactly what you're talking about. And of course, the teachers know. And many teachers do not like that, did not ever want to do it. Behind closed doors, they did their own thing. Now they're not going to be able to get away with it because they're going to be required, due to the standards that are being set and the accountability, the whole what's going on in Washington now with the reauthorization of the Elementary and Secondary Education Act is nothing but brainwashing. And people, you hear standards and accountability and flexibility, all of this. Basically, the goal has nothing to do with academics. It has to do with training little, as you said, little workers, little worker bees, to have the right attitudes and values towards internationalism, giving up our sovereignty, the needs of the group versus the individual. You know, they have all the group grades now, and cooperative learning.
Talking about being a change agent, how to stop teaching people about basic civics, what the Constitution says, limitation of government. I mean, did they get into that?
No, I don't recall that, but I do know that I've seen I attend a lot of in-service things too, you know. So I've seen and heard, you know, how are we going to get away from, and that's in the book. Actually, there's a very interesting article in the New York Times in the early 70s about getting rid of the teaching of American history.
You're kidding.
Oh, no, not early 70s. New York Times article in the book. And it says that, yes, and we're not going to talk about George Washington anymore. We're going to focus on the world, because you have to get these world-minded students, or else they're going to rebel. If you want to put the Americans under a global management system or whatever it is, be very careful you don't teach them the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. Don't let them have any history, because they are going to object when this system is taken away from them. But they won't now. You could take the Constitution away from the American people right now, and they wouldn't care, because they don't even know what it is. They don't know what it is.
Well, they don't know what it is.
It protects them. It protects their rights. The reading problem. If you're so dumbed down, if you can't read, I've always said you can't defend yourself.
That's right.
You can't do anything. I mean, you are really at a tremendous loss. You are totally handicapped, worse than losing both legs if you can't read. They can take you right through the schools, 12 years without reading, just total brainwashing through visual, a lot of visual aids now with technology.
So they're trying to make people weaker readers?
Oh, of course. Yes, that's why they had the whole language for so long.
Which is I always thought was very dumb.
Yeah, it is pretty dumb. I think that some teachers, a really good teacher with whole language and an understanding of the traditional phonics, I don't mean direct instruction, which is Skinner, the Skinner phonics, but a good teacher who understood phonics, well, could use a whole language program quite well, because there are some things about whole language I like, you know, where the children are really immersed in a lot of good literature. Sometimes it's not so good, and so it depends on the teacher. But anyway, the dumbing down was absolutely deliberate, and you don't even have to go through all of the documents that I have in my book, but just ask yourself, why is it that last week the Senate voted in the House on the reauthorization of the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, and it comes to something like, I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, I think it's $100 billion. It's $100 billion a year. And we have children who can't, we're at the bottom of the list internationally, academically, and we're spending $100 billion. We will be, because it's reauthorized for 7 years. It's not quite that. I have to be fair, but with the interest that's going to be paid on the debt, yes, it will be. $100 billion a year. And you have homeschoolers and private schools that are doing it on $2,000 a year per pupil.
So we don't need to spend all that money.
We don't, but you see, the brainwashing is horribly expensive. And when we think that a program has failed, I mean, I saw all these programs in the U.S. Department of Education. In fact, I was relieved of my duties for leaking a very important one. But when we think a program has failed, you and I, to the top educators, not the teachers, the top educators, it's successful because that's what they want. And they take their orders not just from the U.S. Department of Ed. I know this because I was there. I know where we got our orders from.
Where?
The UN.
We get it from the UN?
Yes, and this is an international plan, and I just took something off my email today out of England. England is putting in the exact workforce training, the exact standards, the exact teach to the test, which no good teacher wants, teaching to the test. They're going to fire the teachers who won't teach to the test. I mean, and they're going to fire the teachers who don't get the results. What's interesting is if you go back to the late 1800s in England, in my book, they had a form of outcome-based education. And
this is what it's called?
Yeah, well, that's outcome-based education because you're teaching to the narrow curriculum. Just really workforce training skills will be, or attitudes, certain attitudes, get along in a group.
They'll know one area and they won't know what else is going on.
And that we really ought to discuss because people think school to work is probably like vocational education.
But it's not.
No, and it's not, and you don't start vocational education in kindergarten. And school to work is being started in kindergarten where they're focusing on work and jobs, etc., and taking children to nursing homes, this, that, and all. And by 4th grade in some states, they're psychologically profiling the child to find out, can you imagine in 4th grade, what he would be good at, what he should do in the future? And what they will start doing is they will apply the curriculum. It's called applied learning. And you might think as a mother or father that your child is taking a regular math program for 1st grade or 2nd grade. Let's say 4th grade. And you better find out because your child's future may have already been identified.
So are you suggesting everyone take their kids out of public school and homeschool them?
Well, yeah, well, if possible, that certainly is a good idea, but a lot of parents, including myself, probably wouldn't. I don't think I would have been very good at homeschooling. But what I'm suggesting is that parents take their children out of the public school system, but there's a caveat there. They should find a good private school if they can, and homeschooling, of course, is good. But make sure that the private school that you select, whether it could be a Christian school or an independent, non-sectarian school, is not worse than the public school. I have found out from many parents who've done this that they want to put their children back in the public school. Now, they may have had a pretty good public school. At this point, there are some public schools that are still pretty good, but they won't be for long because they are going to get rid of it.